Hello beautiful people and welcome to my channel. In today's video we will take a closer look at the Rode Wireless Go 2 system and ultimately evaluate whether it is worth you spending $299 on it or not. So let's take a look at what you get inside the box. The box comes with 2 transmitters, 1 receiver that is claimed to deliver a wireless range of up to 200 meters or 656 feet, 3 USB-C to USB-A cables, 3 furry shields with a more reliable twist and lock mechanism, 1 3.5 TSR cable, and 1 carry pouch. Some of the key features that I'd like to highlight are that the Rode Wireless Go 2 system is a dual-channel wireless microphone system, which allows you to record 2 sound sources at the same time. The Wireless Go 2 gives you the ability to record both sound sources onto different channels so you have more flexibility when editing. Rode highlights its all-new Series 4 2.4 GHz digital transmission, referring to the audio quality as crystal clear at up to 200 meters. As a fail-safe, the transmitters can do onboard recording on top of recording audio directly into your camera, and when recording uncompressed audio, you can record over 24 hours. Both transmitters are identical. They have a power button, a USB connection for charging and connecting to a computer, smartphone, or tablet, a 3.5mm microphone input, a microphone on which you can reliably attach a furry shield to help diffuse wind noise, and 2 light indicators for battery life and connectivity. The receiver also has a power button, a USB connection, and by the way, the Rode Wireless Go 2 can be used while charging, a 3.5mm output, a decibel button, and a pair button. The build quality of the Wireless Go 2 is great, and so is the clip design, which easily allows you to mount the devices onto your clothing, camera, or any cold shoe accessory. Let's go ahead and power on all devices by simply holding down the power buttons. And as you can see, the transmitters very quickly connect to the receiver. If you press the power button without holding on a transmitter, it will either mute or unmute the transmitter. When you see 2 active meters on your receiver, it means that you have both transmitters on, and it means that you're recording in split mode. This means that each transmitter is recorded onto a separate channel, left and right, and each channel can be processed on its own. If you hold the decibel and pair button at the same time, you will switch the receiver to merged mode. This means that both transmitters will be recorded into one merged output. Merged mode makes sense when you are using one transmitter and wants that one transmitter to record on both left and right channels. Merged mode is also required if you want to enable the safety channel, which we will discuss later. When pressing the decibel button on the receiver, you can adjust the gain in 3 steps. And once you connect the receiver to your computer and launch the Rode Central app, you can activate more precise gain control, which I will also show you in just a moment. When pressing the pair button, you can select the transmitter and then mute or unmute the transmitter through the receiver by pressing the decibel button as the transmitter is still selected. Should you need to disconnect a transmitter from the receiver, you can simply select it and then hold down the pair button. Should you need to reconnect a transmitter to the receiver, you can simply select the transmitter and hold down the pair button for 3 seconds to enable pairing mode, and then you need to simply press the power button on the transmitter to reconnect it. After you download and install the Rode Central app, you want to launch the software and connect your devices via USB. Once connected, you may be prompted to update your devices, which you want to go ahead and do. And once updated, we can access the settings of my transmitter by simply clicking the settings icon. Here we can enable or disable onboard recording for the transmitter. Remember earlier when I showed you how you can easily mute or unmute the transmitter by simply pressing down the power button? If you want to avoid accidental muting, you can check the mute lock button as it disables muting through the transmitter. And when going down the settings menu, we can see the battery life, and we can also choose the quality for onboard sound recording. Last but not least, we can update the device's clock by clicking the refresh button, and we can see the firmware version of the device as well. I will disconnect my transmitter, leaving onboard recording enabled to demonstrate how it all works. So I just disconnected the transmitter from the computer with onboard recording enabled. Let me go ahead and turn on the transmitter. And once the transmitter is turned on and it connects to the receiver, you will see the red dot for that transmitter indicating that the transmitter is doing onboard recording. Once again, I can have the receiver hooked up to a camera and record audio directly into the camera. On top of that, I can have the transmitters do onboard recording. And depending on the quality settings, I can record 7 or over 24 hours of audio onto the transmitter. Let's go ahead and connect the transmitter back to the computer so we can check out the recording and how to export it onto the PC. With onboard recording enabled, I had connected the transmitter 7 times to the receiver. And as you can see on the left, each time the transmitter connects to the receiver with onboard recording enabled, it will create a new and separate recording. To demonstrate the playback function in the Rode Central app, let's check out the 7th recording. To the receiver, you will see the red dot for that transmitter indicating that the transmitter is doing onboard. If you want to export the audio onto your computer, simply click on Export on the top right corner and choose your audio quality settings. Keep in mind that the Rode Wireless Go 2 system does not record with 32-bit, but it can export and upscale the audio to 32-bit for your convenience if you want to, for example, process the audio in a digital audio workstation. When connecting the receiver to the Rode Central software, the menu will look different as we will have access to different settings. Here we are able to turn the power saver mode of the receiver on or off, and then the coarse or default gain mode represents -24 decibel on low, -12 decibel on medium, and 0 decibel on high. When you change the gain modes to fine mode, you can change the gain in 3 decibel increments, going as low as -30 decibel. This can be convenient depending on the recording situation and or the device that will capture the audio through the receiver. When you are in merged mode and both transmitters are merged into one combined output on one channel, you can enable the safety channel. The safety channel will create an identical output on another channel, but with a -20 decibel volume. This can be a lifesaver when you are in situations where the sound can surprisingly or suddenly get very loud. The power button on the receiver can be programmed to either adjust the backlight power saver mode or set markers on your recordings for when you pull up the recordings on the computer. This is a very convenient feature that can help save time as you go through your audio recordings. The rest of the menu is similar to the menu of the transmitters. We see the battery life, etc. This is a quick test as I have the marker enabled on the receiver. And as you can see, I have that red dot which indicates that the transmitter is recording on board. As I'm speaking, I'm going to press the power button now, and it should set a marker on the recording which we can review in the Rode Central app. Once again, I'm going to set another marker now, and let's set another marker now. As we pull up the audio recording in the Rode Central app, you can see the red markers. I'm going to go ahead and play the audio now. And it should set a marker on the recording which we can review in the Rode Central app. Once again, I'm going to set another marker now. So now that we understand how the Wireless Go 2 system works, let's do an actual proper audio quality test to determine whether the audio that comes out of these little devices is good, bad, or average. Now, aside from capturing the audio directly into your camera, by connecting the receiver to your camera via a 3.5mm audio cable, or recording the audio directly onto the transmitters on boards, there's another way how we can capture audio through these devices. If you connect the receiver to your computer via USB and then turn the receiver on, the receiver can be recognized as a proper microphone on your computer. You can also connect the receiver to your smartphones or tablets if you get the appropriate cables. So let's go ahead and do that and check out how the audio quality turns out. Before I connect my receiver to the computer, let me show you guys what settings I'm using. I'm using merged mode as I will be using one transmitter for this test, and then I have -24 decibels enabled as the audio gain. The reason for that is I have a noisy computer right next to me and other things that are very noisy in the room that I'm currently in. And I want to cancel out and eliminate all of this noise as much as possible, and I think -24 decibels will do the trick. Okay, now that I have the receiver connected to my computer, you can see that the receiver has popped up as a microphone source. If you connect your receiver to your computer, smartphone, or tablet and it does not show up as a microphone source, make sure to actually turn the receiver on, as it can be a little misleading because when you connect the receiver to your computer, it does show up the battery, the display, the screen goes on, and you may think that the receiver is turned on, but it's actually not turned on. So make sure the receiver is turned on. So from here, we can really choose any software that we wish and we can record audio with the Wireless Go 2 system. Now we are in Reaper, which is a very powerful and popular digital audio workstation. Looking at the settings as the input device, I have selected the Wireless Go 2 and then the sample format is 24-bit. Let me go ahead and create a new audio track and I'm going to go ahead and record some audio with the transmitter. Ladies and gentlemen, we are testing the Rode Wireless Go 2 system. I'm using one transmitter as I'm speaking, and I have the audio gain set to -24 decibels to eliminate all the noise in the room that I'm currently in. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are testing the Rode Wireless Go 2 system. Ladies and gentlemen, we are testing the Rode Wireless Go 2 system. I'm using one transmitter as I'm speaking, and I have the audio gain set to -24 decibels to eliminate all the noise in the room that I'm currently in. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are testing the Rode Wireless Go 2 system. Now, I don't know what you guys thought about the built-in microphone of the transmitter on the Wireless Go 2 system, but I thought it sounded pretty amazing. Now, you could still hear a little bit of that computer fan noise, which once again, my computer is right next to me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another quick recording. I'm going to set the audio gain to -30 decibel. Furthermore, I'm going to attach one of these wind furry shields, and I'm also going to get a little closer. This is why I'm going to attach this. And then let's take a listen, and perhaps we can get an even better recording than what we just got. Ladies and gentlemen, we are testing the Rode Wireless Go 2 system. I have merged mode enabled, -30 decibel as our audio gain, and I'm using one of these cute little furry shields to make sure that we don't hear a lot of pop noises as I'm very close to the microphone. Once again, we are testing the Rode Wireless Go 2 system. Ladies and gentlemen, we are testing the Rode Wireless Go 2 system. I have merged mode enabled, -30 decibel as our audio gain, and I'm using one of these cute little furry shields to make sure that we don't hear a lot of pop noises as I'm very close to the microphone. Once again, we are testing the Rode Wireless Go 2 system. I think it's safe to say that the second audio recording also clearly demonstrated that the audio quality coming from the built-in microphone from the transmitter is simply great. I'm also going to attach that second audio recording to the Google Drive link in the video description down below so you can download it and take a closer look. Now the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to attach my Sony Lavalier mic to the transmitter, and then we're going to capture more audio to see how it turns out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are testing the Rode Wireless Go 2 system. I have my receiver set to merged modes. I'm using one transmitter, and I connected my Sony Lavalier microphone to the transmitter. And this is what the audio sounds like at -30 decibels. For the third audio recording with the Sony Lavalier microphone, I did step away a little bit from the computer to make sure to eliminate that computer fan noise, but I think the results here are very clear. The built-in microphone quality of the transmitters is already pretty good, and I think most people will be very happy with it. But if you really want to take things further, you can attach a lavalier microphone and get even better audio quality from the Rode Wireless Go 2 system. Hey guys, so I'm out here on a soccer field to do a quick wireless range test. I went ahead and I used my smartphone to divide the 200 meters in 25-meter increments, and I went ahead and I made little markers on the ground so I know where I'm standing as I'm conducting the test. Okay, so I just reached 25 meters and this is what the audio sounds like at 25 meters. Since I have no way of monitoring the audio as I'm speaking, I guess I will find out later on the computer how it all turned out at 25 meters. Okay, so I just reached 50 meters and this is what the audio sounds like at 50 meters. Once again, this is 50 meters and this is what the audio sounds like at 50 meters. I'm waving as I just reached 75 meters. This is what the audio sounds like at 75 meters. Once again, we are at 75 meters. Okay, so I just reached 100 meters. We're halfway there, and this is what the audio sounds like at 100 meters. Alright, so I just reached 125 meters, and this is what the audio sounds like at 125 meters. I have done my absolute best to keep this line as straight as possible, so this is what the audio sounds like at 125 meters. Other than the occasional kids running through my shots, there is nothing between me and the camera, and the ground is fairly even. Okay, so I just reached 150 meters as I'm waving with both of my arms. I will be quite impressed if the connectivity has no issues handling 150 meters. Once again, there's nothing between me and the camera, and the ground is fairly even. And this is what the audio sounds like at 175 meters. Once again, I will be very impressed if the wireless connection is pretty good at even 150 meters. But now I'm at 170 meters, and this is what the audio sounds like at 175 meters. And finally, here we are at 200 meters. Since the wireless range is supposed to reach 200 meters, I am expecting some hiccups as we reach the maximum. So in conclusion, as I have been using and testing the Wireless Go 2 system, I have been liking it more and more and more. So to answer the question whether this product is worth $299 or not, for me it's a very confident, absolutely yes. I'm more than happy to pay $299 for such a product as it delivers on its promises and it adds a lot of value to my workflow. The audio quality of the Wireless Go 2 is simply great. We have a lot of flexibility when it comes to settings and application, and perhaps with future firmware updates, we may even see more functionality. This product is simply amazing. Connecting a lavalier microphone to the Wireless Go 2 system can give you even superior audio quality. Now, I have not tested Rode's lavalier microphone, which costs about $80 US, but from doing some research, I am quite confident that the sound quality from Rode's lavalier microphone is pretty amazing. Now, I'm not sure though if I personally want to spend $80 on just a lavalier microphone. I'll leave the link in the video description down below if you guys want to check it out. I would also like to take a moment to talk about how reliable the wireless connection is of this product. Once you turn on the receiver and the transmitters, they immediately connect to each other, and I never once had any sort of connectivity issues. And furthermore, there are absolutely no latency issues. The audio is perfectly synced with the video, so that's also a big plus. And you guys heard me when I was doing the wireless range test. I was really expecting there to be some sort of hiccups once I made it past 150 meters, but as you saw, the product truly lives up to all of its promises, including the incredible 200-meter wireless range. Now, for my purposes, I will probably not be needing such a crazy wireless range, but it was good to see that the connection remained very reliable over such a big stretch. And that sums up my review of the Rode Wireless Go 2 system. If my video was helpful to you, please make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel if you would like to support me. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to leave your questions down below. I'm usually very good about getting back to each and every one of you. And that's it for today. I'll see you guys in the next one.